Press the bell icon on YouTube and don't miss another update.
Hello and welcome. You are watching IndianExpress.com. So, senior lawyer Prashant Bhushan was held guilty of contempt by the Supreme Court today for two of his tweets on Chief Justice of India S.A. Bobde and the judiciary. Now, the court will decide on the quantum of punishment on August 20. I have been joined by my legal correspondent Anand Krishna. Anand Krishna, can you please tell us what happened in the Supreme Court today and what was the basis of the judgment? What the judgment says?
So what basically happened in the Supreme Court today is that it has held Advocate Prashant Bhushan guilty of contempt of court, criminal contempt. This is with regard to two of his tweets made on June 27 and June 29, which the judgment in fairly strict language says were scurrilous, malicious, intended to lower the dignity of the court, tends to scandalise the court and brings the administration of justice into disrepute. The Supreme Court says that it being one of the pillars of the Constitution, it is necessary to retain public faith in the institution, and for this, it is necessary to protect it from unwarranted attacks. So that's what the court says it did today. The judgment has done today. It also says that the tweets are not just an attack on any individual judge, but it's an attack on the entire institution of the Supreme Court. That's what basically happened today.
Anand, what has been Prashant Bhushan's defense so far and on what ground the court rejected those arguments?
Senior advocate Dushyant Dave appeared for Bhushan in this case. He has offered the defense that the tweets were not intended to tarnish the image of the judiciary or scandalize the court or bring the administration of justice into disrepute. He has cited case laws many case laws in his defense. Regarding one of the tweets, the explanation offered is that it was more in the anguish of the court being in lockdown for so many days during this COVID pandemic, due to which people found it difficult to access the courts. But rejecting all these arguments, the court has said that it was not in complete lockdown during this period. Of course, yes, the physical hearings were off due to the peculiar situation because of the pandemic, but virtual hearings were happening in the court from the day of the lockdown, and it's still continuing. More than 800 sittings were held.
So the hearing on the quantum of punishment will be on August 20. So what punishment Bhushan can get from Supreme Court?
The contempt law prescribes a punishment of a maximum 6 months in prison. So, but it depends. There have been cases, for instance, the court did hold a lawyer in contempt last year, and the punishment was like barring him from practicing in the court for a year. So it could be anything. We'll have to wait till the court gives a decision on that. On 20th it will decide. On 20th it will hear arguments on what punishment needs to be awarded.
So what legal options now Prashant Bhushan has?
Bhushan has the option to go for a review. And then if even that doesn't succeed, he can also file a curative petition. So these are the options before him. He can also tender an unconditional apology, and even now, and court can still decide what to do. It's all dependent upon the discretion of the top court.
Thanks, Anand, for all your inputs. Well, that's all for now. For more news and update, keep logging on to IndianExpress.com.